guys. Like, if you can't tell, after this episode of Gintama, the finale of the Shogun assassination arc, I was fucking destroyed. Like, I became a husk of a man, even after everything that we had, after like the Takasugi fight and all that, finding out the truth about Shoyo. This fucking like episode like cemented, and me rewatching that with a fucking friend of mine, like watching that with fucking Vanilla, like that's just cemented just how much this fucking arc means a lot to me and means a lot to a lot of the fans and all that, and just this finale just utterly shows and all that. Yeah, this is what reality is like, you know, not the good guys don't always win, you know, they don't always get their way, you know, like you may have like won a battle but you've lost a war, like. And honestly, let's just get straight into this one, because like I don't know if I could stay like talking like this for a while. So basically, like the whole reason for like not a live reaction this week, like the whole point is like I wanted to do a live reaction throughout the entirety of it, because you know it means a lot to me. Basically for the reason is that I started watching the episode and I was like, oh, let me just have a look at the opening. Oh, let me have a look at the first 5 minutes. Oh, let me look at the entire episode first. And it's just like, I went throughout the entirety and it's like, that's not a live reaction. It's like, I've already seen like a big chunk of it. And I was like, you know what? I don't care. I'm going to watch it. And this video is just going to combine a little bit of the talk I'm going to have with this series. And it's just pretty much why this means so much to me, and why it's so powerful, and like why this fucking arc is one of the best fucking arcs that we're going to get in Shonen for a fucking while. Until the next arc airs in Gintama, because my god, that's a fucking 10 out of 10 as well. Like, just, where do I even begin? Like, with all of fucking Shogun's allies coming out, like, ready to, like, save the day. Like, yeah, we got your fucking back, man. We're ready for you. We ride or die with you. Like, you get to see Sogo and all them from, like, last week coming out. Like, not to mention as well, like, he's, like, when, like, the Shogun's confronted saying, like, yeah, you really would, like, abolish, like, the system that we got now of having Shoguns. And he was like, if there's, like, you know, after what this country and all that has gone through, I will gladly, like, lay down my life to be the final Shogun and all that. This isn't a Shogun, this is just, you know, like, being controlled and all that. Like, people should follow their own fucking ways. That like how Shoyo talking to you, people should follow their own Bushido, not just because they're under one flag, not because they're under like just some rule like that. And you know what, the Shogun realized that after a while, and he's like, you know what, this isn't the way to run. And just what a way to fucking set off this finale. And then you get to see, like, after they had to retreat because they realized it's like they've lost their political power, we've won, like if we stay here we may lose more lives. So Tendo Shu or the Yatagarasu, they get out of there, and just to see like Kanwi and like fucking Kagura getting out the bodies of like Gintoki and Takasugi from that battlefield, like completely covered in fucking like bruises, blood, stab wounds, like, and just to see when they like finally like all of them left and all that, and they were fucking carrying their corpses, and like Kagura just collapsed with fucking like Kintoki's like fucking comatose like body just at the brim of death. And then seeing that little flashback, that fucking strong, like with Nobume, like that, seeing her like as a kid back in the day in the Yatagarasu days, and seeing Shoyo like talking about like everything and all that, just saying like talking about how like human beings are weak and all that, but it's like, you know, following your own way that teaches you, that makes you stronger, like all the stuff that he was saying, which is so fucking poetic. And I wish I could repeat all of it, but there's just so many emotions flying through me. Like, honestly, Shoyo, like, he is so fucking wise, and, like, honestly, that is what made Gintoki the man today, like, he is today, showing, like, he is the, like, Gintoki's the perfect way of, like, showing his teachings and all that, because he's like, I don't need a school or anything like that, I don't need to show by the battle, like, just let me just do my own thing and let me do my own way. And you know what, if people do need my help in the end, like, if they need a helping hand, I'm willing to drop some little advice for them, stuff that I learned from my master. And just when we got to see like just like Takasugi's body coming out as well, like he's in a fucking coma for like 2 weeks we've seen so far. And he's like, when they talked about like we got to see like Takasugi's men, they were saying, yeah, by the way, like don't, like that guy is coming up, he had fire in his eyes afterwards, like after that fight there was something in his spirit that was burning, he know what he had to do. And it's just like he's still not gonna give it. Like right there he's like, I believe he still probably believes in his own ways, in his own stuff that, you know, that Shoyo taught him. I think he learned a little bit after that, though. He's like, okay, I understand, like, what exactly I need to do and all that. And just to see that as, like, everyone was saying goodbye in this episode, like, you saw Kagura and Pachi saying goodbye to, like, Soyo and, like, all the rest of, like, Shogun's men and stuff like that. And, like, just seeing what the fucking state that they were in. Like, you got to see, like, fucking Saratobi in a fucking wheelchair. Never noticed she's gonna get up again. We see, like Zenzo on crutches, like, Kondo and all them are all fucked up in bandages, eye patches, like, shit, they're all fucked up. Although I did appreciate the little bit of comedy that we got in this episode. Like, you got to see, like, when there was that really manly moment where, like, Hijikata was on the floor trying to find a lighter. Sogo tried to light it for him. I was like, oh, that is a bro way. Those two never had anything together like that. And then he lights it and burns his fucking face off. And it's just like, it was needed. It's like, we need something to, like, get rid of this dark mood that we've been having for a while. It's just so well. And, like, even seeing, like, Gintoki finding all this news in the bed and all that, and then even fucking Saratobi's in the bed with him once they got the message. It was just so weird, and just finding out about that message, that's the bit that fucking got me. Like, it's Soyo talking about, like, everything, saying, like, oh, he's getting all his friends back and all that, he's getting all the people, his allies, and then one of the people that he fought, like, his ally, slipped a fucking poison needle right into his arm, and he's fucking dying like that, and I'm just like, oh my god, no, this was the whole point, to avert his fucking execution. This was the whole point, and it's in vain. And do you know what fucking Shige did and all that? He's like, I'm not the Shogun anymore. You call me Shige. And the last wish he had, it's like, you dress me up proper. Let me see my sister for one final time. And he's there, just trying to hold it. Like, the poison, like, riddling his body and all that, like, it's too late, and he's just there, like, tasting her tea and all that, asking this line, he's like, still a little bit off, and then just right there and then, he just falls to the ground, like, on her sister's lap, like, and she doesn't know anything about it. She thought, oh, he's tired and all that, I'll let it sleep, and just, I was in fucking weeping tears, like, when that ending started playing, and all you saw was her just petting him, like, throughout, like, the entire night. Oh, I lost it. I was crying like a bitch. Like, I will fully admit that. That was strong. Like, that's the thing, to actually see a death of one of the main characters, like, that's rough. Like, Shogun, we've always seen him for, like, comedy time, and this is what I said about a lot of times in Gintama, is that, especially with this stuff, like, you need those comedy episodes, and that's why some people can't understand, like, well, why is it like a 80% comedy? You need those comedy episodes to get a real attachment to the characters, and it's like, if you didn't have that, you wouldn't feel so much. But I feel like even people that didn't see too much of, like, Gintama and all that just until now, was that, I mean, I watched, like, the latest, like, 3 episodes again with a friend, with my friend Vanilla, like, that was amazing still, like, seeing the fight and just the emotions go through, and for someone that hasn't seen, like, he's seen, like, a good chunk of it and all that, he's seen, like, a good couple of, like, 40 episodes, and also as well the 2 movies, he understood, like, all of that, and that's the great thing about that. It's like, you need that time. If you just went straight in and said, watch these really good 3 episodes, you know, you wouldn't get that kind of emotion, and I fucking love that and appreciate that he did that. It's like, it's such a good fucking series, and honestly, that ending, like, because I'm watching that fucking later, by the way, with like, that shit's gonna go down, like, fucking confirmed right there. Like, I'm waiting for weeping tears again. I already heard weeping shoujo tears, so yeah, don't lie to me with that shit. I heard tears on that shit. But this kind of leads into, like, you know, what this series actually means to me, and I remember doing this, I believe, in the manga, like, when I did this chapter review of this, I believe it was, like, that one or one afterwards, like, this is why the show means so much to me, and that's why, like, when anyone just says, oh, fuck this series, no, I don't care, or it's not that, so, like, to me, you know, I respect that, but to me, this series is fucking special to me. Like, it's got me through very dark times in my life, with those laughter, and then it also, like, it's, yeah, you laugh, you enjoy yourself, and it's just like, oh yeah, forget about the world. Gintama also kind of slaps you in the face saying you need to look at reality as well. Like, not everything is fucking gonna be happy-go-lucky, playing with my friends or everything. Shit goes down in life, like, shit gets real. Although I may not have a fucking Shogun assassination arc on my hands, like, I might have something of a, like, kind of level in my life that's traumatizing, and it's like, you kind of, like, you need to kind of grow up as a character, as a person itself, and like, you can't just be there always behind, and I fucking respect that. I really do, and I feel like that shaped me as a person throughout a lot of my life. Like when I was during my like early college years when I started watching this series, I think that really started to change me, and that's definitely a time in my life where I wanted to change myself as who I fucking was. I wanted to be like more than what I was, just like some dumb fucking coward that can't speak properly, wanting to talk about anime. I wanted to have more confidence in myself. I wanted to, you know, speak more outright. I wanted to, you know, say what was on my mind, not just go, hey guys, like that. No, the series gave me fucking courage. It gave me feels. It gave me emotions. It gave me strength. Like, that's why it's done. And you may think that's cheesy for a fucking anime like series to do that, but you know, a lot of people grow up with different things, and although you may have grown up something in your childhood, I think definitely when coming into my teens to my young adults, this is definitely one series that made me fucking grow. And also as well, I think I might have got a few cheeky jokes off it at the end, but I highly doubt that. My jokes are shit, so they're not as good as this series. So honestly, it's a bit weird to kind of end this on a real talk with this video especially, but I don't care. Like, I generally don't care. I'm going to talk to you guys like how much it fucking means to me. You guys already know what I'm going to give the score. Like, it's a 10. The arc is a 10. Like, beyond. Like, every part of the arc is a fucking 10. It's amazing. Like, there's no fucking doubts about that. Like, manga was a 10. This is still a 10 as well. Like, and just, like, even when I was reading a manga at this point, I was thinking, man, if they ever do this one day, they have to nail it out of the park, and those voice actors had to get it on point, and they fucking knocked it out of the park. I really wasn't expecting so many feels over the Shogun thing. That hurt. That really hurt me and all that. It's like, Shoyo damaged me, but the Shogun as well, that did some damage to my fucking heart as well. That did a lot to me. But, I mean, what else can I really say, like, about this apart from just Gintama's fucking godlike. You know, Gintama, Gotama, call it what you want. Like, but end of the day, this series means a lot to me, and I will, like, it's one of the few shonen series that I'll say that it's in my fucking top 10. It will forever be in there, and I will forever be Yoriza. And I'll end you off for that, people. Thank you very much. I hope you guys had a good fucking time watching this episode. I hope you guys did too. I'll see you guys next time. Take me